It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
From the crossroads of America, we're at the center of Indianapolis, Indiana, as we get a look here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. Ty Chandler to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their seventh-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the third overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Darnold. He's on the... trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, here's Jones. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Darnold. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll send him over right. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They're going play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
A couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Receiver in motion, headed right. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. He's foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's good for our Colts. 36-yard line.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We get it right before we take off on the winning strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you want to the man.
Here's Richardson. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Play action with Richardson. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Option give to Taylor. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Time for the 2nd quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts get the game's first points here in the second. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Chandler now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Addison going to motion over left. Here's Darnold to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Here's Darnold. Escapes the punt. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. And on 3rd down, the Colts going with the nickel here. Now Darnold, able to find Hawkinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will take over. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They go again with Taylor. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Colts leading near the break. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Finds a man right side. He's got a gain of 6 there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Richardson now. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They'll throw again, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. The Vikings call a timeout, it'll be their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Colts ready for the punt. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it's going to be Vikings football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Jones gets it. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Vikings out of the hurry-up need everyone back to the line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Ryan Wright on to punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. They've got first down from the 31. Now Richardson to throw. That's complete to Pittman. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. To throw, Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Here's Matt Gay for the Colts field goal. This one from 42 yards out. Up and good from Fairbairn. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. We're to the halfway point from Indianapolis, with the Colts out in front at the break. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Reports.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Josh Downs to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Indianapolis getting its offense out there to start off this second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Taylor gets it on first and 10. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 29. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Two slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw here from Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
They motion the tight end over. Straight ahead with Taylor. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Richardson back to throw. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The Vikings offense back to the field now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. They're going play action. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I like crossing routes versus zone coverage, but man, do I love crossing routes versus man-to-man. So hard on those defenders to stick with those receivers all the way across the field. Even for the best athletes at that position, those throws are almost impossible to stop.
Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 43. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throw on 3rd down. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be their football coming up. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And this one does not go far. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Taylor again. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Taylor. Blast through midfield. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He fires one deep down the right sideline. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
For how well they were moving the ball on this possession, surprising. Surprising to see them get caught up now. And even more surprising, Kate, to see them knock so far backwards with a sack. At this point, well, you got to get back on schedule. Maybe even a manageable 4th down if you don't get the 1st.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Chased out to his right. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it on the slant. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Taylor now up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts take a 3-possession lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Powell now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings taking the field on offense. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. Darnold looking to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Darnold. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Now Darnold. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Working quickly here. Throwing from the gun. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the third row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now third down is so much harder.
Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
Offense in the hurry up here. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Vikings.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To throw, here's Darnold. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Vikings hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with third and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Touchdown, Minnesota! That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 10.
Vikings 7.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the Colts are able to bring in the kick. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's a handoff for Taylor. And there was really nowhere to go there, just a small push to the 37. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Now a handoff to Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. And they'll have just one left to burn now. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now Richardson to throw. Complete beyond the marker. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Running right, this is Taylor. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now a run with Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Richardson now. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts take a 3-possession lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Powell now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they've played on their side of the ball.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Darnold now to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Now they send their back in motion right. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Colts get the win at home inside of Lucas Oil. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.